Thursday night is ladies' night in the borough. The 15th-ranked Lady Vols of Tennessee make the trek from Rocky Top to the Mid-State to take on the host Lady Raiders in the Murphy Center for the first time in more than a decade. What's going on, everybody, and welcome courtside here at the Murphy Center with Alicia Clark. I'm Jake Rose. Thanks for hanging out with us on ESPN. Tonight going to be a great ball game, a great interstate rivalry between Middle and Tennessee, and this atmosphere is going to be electric. It is a jam-packed house here tonight at the Murphy Center, both orange and blue together. It's going to be excellent.
Yeah, these are the type of atmospheres as an athlete that you love to play in. You love to be able to feel the energy from your home crowd, but then also feel that energy booing the other team as well, and you can kind of pull off of that. So it's going to be really fun.
And speaking of energy, this Tennessee offense is all juice, all gas, no breaks, all the time. They run at a breakneck pace.
Yeah, they're putting up almost 80 points a game, and Coach Caldwell had mentioned that she's trying to get more than 20 more shot attempts than the other team, and that's a lot. That means you're having to get the ball up the floor quickly, you have to shoot quickly, and right on target, Cooper, she is what leads this team. Coach Caldwell said that how she goes is how this team goes. When you have a playmaker like her that can shoot from the outside, score at all three levels, and be a facilitator, it makes you that much better.
Leads the team in scoring, rebounds, assists, steals, three-point shooting, you name it. Talasia Cooper is leading the team in it. As we take a look at Middle Tennessee, and normally this is a team that is loaded with juniors and seniors, but not this year. It is all freshmen, almost 8 freshmen on the roster for Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, that's a lot of freshmen. That's a lot of new eyes to the game, but you ride the highs and lows of that, and there's no better experience than in-game experience, and so tonight's going to be a great test for them.
3 freshmen in the starting 5 for Rick Insell, Carson Swaney, Blair Bogus, and Macy Pfeiffer. As there's a look at Rick Insell in his 21st season here in the borough. And this place is jam-packed. A lot of blue from the locals here in the borough, and of course, a smattering of orange as the folks have made the trip west from Rocky Top to the Mid-State. And this is the 3rd straight year that Middle and Tennessee have met, renewing their rivalry that was dormant for about a decade. And we are rolling from the Glass House. Tennessee wins the tip. They come into this matchup with a 3-1 mark. Their only blemish came on opening night on the road at NC State. Middle Tennessee 2-2. They have dropped their last 2 that came on the road. Quick 3 in the corner, off the mark. Rebound put up and in by Janiah Barker.
That's something that Tennessee is really good at. They're a great offensive rebounding team, and that's something that I know Middle has wanted to focus on this game. They said we need to box out and we need to get these defensive boards, and right on cue, there's Barker getting a board put back. Yeah, and that's something that Middle Tennessee has actually struggled with, is clearing up the defensive boards, allowing 14.5 offensive rebounds. That is towards the bottom in women's college basketball so far this season, as an unforced error early against Tennessee. And AC, that's something that they are really going to have to keep in check tonight against this Tennessee team that really wants to get out and run. Yeah, Tennessee thrives on creating turnovers from their opponents. I think they're averaging in the last 3 games 27 points a game off of turnovers, averaging 14 steals. Like, that's an insane stat. And so when you have a young group like Middle has, taking care of the ball and keeping your composure and not giving live ball turnovers is going to be key.
Foul coming up against Middle. Looks like it's going against Savannah Davis. The sophomore picks up her first, and first foul in the ball game. First team foul against Tennessee. There's Rick Insell knocking on the door of 500 career wins, 491 and counting, as Davis just getting tangled up. Spearman on the drive and kick. Now Boyd, 10 to shoot for the Lady Vols. Barker step back 3, and she is fouled. And we'll go to the line for 3 free ones.
A little aggressive on the closeout right there, but that's one of the things when you have players, when you have teams that have players that can score from all 3 levels, you have to be within an arm's length distance from them. And she was just a little bit too close right there.
First foul on Macy Pfeiffer, one of those 3 freshmen in the starting lineup for Middle Tennessee tonight. Second team foul against Middle here in the first quarter, as Barker connects on the first free throw. Transfer from UCLA, one of 3 transfers on this squad this year for Tennessee. And all of them come with Power 4 experience, a lot of experience from UCLA was Barker, Big Ten Sixth Player of the Year a season ago for the Bruins.
Yeah, that's something Coach Caldwell touched on, just the experience from her transfers to help this new group and the young group that they have to be able to kind of gel. You can lean on their experience in these times as you're going through these growing pains of this season, and that's, you know, a luxury that the portal does offer in some instances.
Yeah, and that's a thing. We talk about Middle's youth, but Tennessee is a young squad as well. 5 freshmen on this squad for Tennessee as this Big Orange defense forces another turnover. That's the 3rd turnover already for Middle.
Yeah, they're going to have to handle UT's pressure. And that's something that they thrive on. Their defense is what they have hung their hat on, the Tennessee team has. And so you have to make sure that you can keep your composure in those instances.
Quick 3 in the corner, rattles home. Denia Prawl, the Canadian, one of those freshmen, highly touted from Toronto, connects on the corner 3. Middle looking for their first shot attempt. Up and under from Blair Bogus, no good. Nia Robertson, who just checked in, this 3 a long way online from Talasia Cooper. And a quick timeout taken from Rick Insell, as it is all Vols early. 11-0 run to start this one.
Yeah, I knew a timeout was coming.
Oh, yeah, much needed. Media timeout, 7:54 to go here in the first, and it is all Vols early on top, 11-0. An 11-0 run to start this one for the Lady Vols on the road, looking to make it 4 straight against in-state opponents. And time to meet the 3rd member of our crew, Dylan Simmons. Dylan, what you got?
Jake, Alicia, thank you so much. Appreciate you being with me tonight. And I'll tell you what, looking back to last year's game, UT had 15 3-pointers against MTSU, which was nearly a school record. And remember, Talasia Cooper had her first career double-double as a sophomore. Already tonight, we're seeing UT sink several 3-pointers against MTSU. Something to keep an eye on. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Dylan. Yep. Tennessee forcing almost another turnover with that full court pressure. AC Pfeiffer met at the rim, knocked away. Bogus able to pick it back up. Shot no good and cleared by Janiah Barker.
Yeah, UT's defense is really giving Middle problems. UT's an extremely aggressive defensive team. They're picking you up full court. They're going to make you handle their pressure, and Middle's struggling with it right now. They got lucky right there.
Kanai Boyd loses the handle. Davis hits the hardwood for it. Swaney got a hand on it, and loose ball will go towards Middle. So AC, when you're a young team facing a defense like this that's just really in your face and is just forcing the pressure, what do you think Rick Insell was telling his team in that last timeout?
Honestly, probably that they need to beat it with the pass. You're not going to, a team like this that's this aggressive, like they're running and jumping, they're, you know, on her hip as she's dribbling up the floor. You have to beat this kind of pressure with the pass. And so if I'm him in that huddle, I'm telling them, 1, like, calm down.
Yeah,
and 2, get open. Get open so we can, you know, advance the ball up the floor.
Contreras is checked by Mia Paldo, one half of the twin backcourt with her fellow twin Maya Paldo from Patterson, New Jersey. Contreras, the lone senior on this roster for Middle Tennessee, the transfer from UM Kansas City. First team foul against Tennessee.
Yeah, she's going to have to set the tone for this team because they're such a young team. As the only senior, one of your jobs is to make sure that you are leading the tempo of your team, that you're leading kind of just the poise and the composure and what you show, your body language. That's one of her jobs.
Bogus draws the foul against Janiah Barker, her first, team second against Tennessee. Jockeying for a position on that block. Middle of fresh 20. Davis frees herself up. Middle needed it. Bogus another rebound. And loose ball, last touch by the Lady Vols.
This is a very intense game already. The hustle that is seen from both sides right now is really impressive.
Yeah, these are two coaches where effort is not an option. You can miss some shots, but you can't be out there playing 98, 99%. It is 100% all the time for both of these coaches, especially on the defensive end.
Absolutely.
Middle still looking for their first bucket. They are 0 of 4 from the floor. Tennessee has taken the same amount of shots, but they've knocked down 3 of them as Yuhan Lin, coming off the bench the last couple of ball games, misses her first shot attempt. Kick out for the 3, and it's Cooper again, her second triple.
Coach Caldwell said that they want to get a lot of threes up, and they are not shy shooting that thing, and they're knocking them down right now.
Middle just trying to get 2 hands on a pass, and another turnover going against Middle Tennessee as Stacy Kabiernik will check in, as Kristen Verholst, another freshman, will check in as well for Middle.
From the way this game has started for Tennessee, I'd say that Coach Caldwell's week of practice has paid off. She was wondering how it was going to translate to this game, and I think it's translating really well right now.
Yeah, a lot of short answers, some terse answers earlier this week when she was meeting with the media, and she was open in our conversation yesterday as Spearman's 3 is in and out. Kabiernik can't come down with it. Paldo with the offensive rebound and the putback.
Smallest player on the floor got an offensive rebound around 7, 8 other people.
But just to continue the thought, Coach Caldwell flat out telling us not happy with the way that her team has been playing the first couple of weeks of the season, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, well, they definitely look like they've turned a corner right now, and I'm sure she can be happy with that. I know it's a long game, but just to be able to have the start that they've had, you can see it translate. That's a good feeling as a coach.
They've made 5 of their first 7. Middle 0 for 5 here halfway through the first quarter. And at this point for Middle, you just want to see one go down.
Yeah, like right now, just go in.
Bogus tied up in the air, and a jump ball called. Tennessee's defense just swarming to every pass.
Yeah, wow, that was great defense.
And the look on Rick Insell's face kind of saying it all right now. Just trying to find a way to crack this Lady Vols defense.
Look how aggressive they are on the inbound. Like, whatever Coach Caldwell had them doing in practice right now, like the way that this team is locked in, their energy, their aggressiveness.
Contreras gets free, 3 to shoot, fading away. That one off the front of the rim. Spearman going to work, kick out to Robertson, deep wing 3. This one's no good, and Kabiernik gets 2 hands on this one. And even picking up full court on a miss. And you can see at the top part of your screen a whole line change coming. That hockey-style substitution that Kim Caldwell has made famous. Davis gets free. And finally, one drops for Middle.
And then look how quickly Tennessee comes back down the floor. Like, you don't have time to feel good.
Davis draws a foul on the other end as Denia Prawl picks up her first, and that'll take us to the under 5 media timeout. Middle finally on the board after the 3 from Savannah Davis. Using her body on the other end, taking a charge, trying to get some juice.
Oh, they're saying
for the Lady Raiders. As looks like we're staying here.
Yeah.
Supposed to be a media timeout.
Okay. They want to.
Yeah, let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Why not?
Get the reps up. But see, right now what Middle's doing is they're trying to beat their pressure with the dribble, and it's getting them into trouble right now.
Blind pass from Davis, another turnover for Middle. Mia Paldo finds Barker, left wide open to the top of the key, not this time. And Bogus, another rebound, the leading rebounder for Middle Tennessee this season. Verholst, quick trigger 3, money. First three-pointer this season for Kirsten Verholst, the freshman from DeSoto, Kansas.
There you go.
And And another jump ball this time. Middle Tennessee with the tie-up. Possession arrow will stay with the Lady Vols, but that one shot from Savannah Davis just a couple of possessions ago, giving Middle Tennessee a little bit of juice here halfway through the first.
Yeah, all you need to do is see one go in, and then from there, just have a couple plays, kind of string a couple plays together. You hit a three. I mean, they hit a three. They come down. They take a charge. They get a great a great defensive rebound. They come down, hit a wide open three. So you just need a few plays to go your way.
And Cooper using the elbow, called for the hook.
There you go, another play.
First on Cooper. 14th foul against the Lady Vols here in the first quarter. Contreras to trigger. He's got to get it in. Dangerous pass. And a foul coming up against the Lady Vols. This one against Kanaya Boyd. And the 15th foul will send Middle Tennessee to the line.
If I'm Middle right now, you have 3:28 left in this first quarter. You're at the line like you're in the bonus. I would be aggressive. Every foul, you stop and go to the free throw line. So I would be aggressive.
And it's got to be hard for such a young team to kind of straddle that fine line of being aggressive, but not too aggressive to, lead to turnovers or fouls or anything like that.
Yeah.
Savannah Davis coming off a 13-point night, goes 1 of 2 at the stripe. Long pass up ahead and a bucket for Nia Robertson.
They get the ball up the floor so quickly. Make or miss, it is out of the basket and gone. See?
Verhulst just swamped, and another turnover. Boyd this time. Cooper, drive, kick, Robertson, cash.
That's easy basketball. Like when you look at just making the simple plays, she drove to the middle, collapsed 2 defenders, kicked it to the open shooter, wide open shot.
And Tennessee just using their length and athleticism to torture this backcourt for Middle Tennessee as we get another look at the drive and kick. Hand in the cookie jar for Nia Robertson. Knocks down the long one.
I would like to see Middle have some people down court that can flash. Right now we have everybody up here against this length and athleticism. And there you go, just break. Oh.
And a 10-second going to be called against Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
Did not reset from the dead ball. Yuhan Lin knew it, tried to sprint across half court. And that's one of those stats that Kim Caldwell prides herself on with her defense, is forcing those 10-second calls. Had a pretty heavy number of those a season ago.
Okay.
Including one against Middle Tennessee. One of those that typically isn't in the box score.
Yeah.
But you're definitely hanging up on the dry erase board in the locker room.
Absolutely, and it's a focal point, step back 3. But with her substitution style, something that I think really helps with the aggressiveness of this team, it allows you to go hard for the 2 minutes that you're out here, and then you get fresh bodies coming in that are doing the exact same thing. And so while sometimes it can be hard to get a rhythm, I think from a defensive standpoint, it allows them to be this aggressive all game long, which is hard to do when you're playing players 35-plus minutes.
7th turnover for Middle Tennessee, and I'm pretty sure about 5 of them have come on their own half of the court.
Yeah, they have. And that was a focal point for Middle in their scout. I know they said they wanted to make sure they were taking care of the ball, and I think they need to be doing a better job of that moving forward.
Man, Tennessee is swarming even on misses on the other end. As Carson Swaney, a quick shot in transition. Cooper gives up the dribble. Spearman, why not? Not this time, as Yuhan Lin with a big-time rebound. And then had it swiped by Cooper. And an easy bucket for Maya Paldo. Here comes another trap. Cooper, another steal, a 2-hand toss over her head. And another wide open layup for Maya Paldo, as this Tennessee defense absolutely stifling.
Yeah, and you see Cooper is in every play. She has her hands in every defensive play right now.
Back-to-back possessions with steals for Talasia Cooper. She was 10th in all of college basketball a year ago with 105 takeaways. She's got 2 in a row right here as Tennessee on a 9-0 run over the last minute. And in that same time frame, Middle 5 turnovers.
Yikes.
So that little bit of juice that Middle Tennessee had a couple of minutes ago, gone just like that.
Yeah, and that's how quickly these things can turn around in games. It's 1 minute you string together 3 good plays and you feel a momentum shift, and then all of a sudden it's taken away just like that. And so as a young group right now, you have to come together and just like help calm each other down and just say, hey, let's do a better job taking care of the ball. Let's pick one thing to focus on right now, because if you're trying to do too many things at once, nothing's going to get done. So pick one thing to focus on right now so you can just kind of find your footing going into this second quarter.
I would imagine one of those things that they want to focus on is helping the guards bring up the ball against this press.
Yeah, there you go, look up.
Verhulst spinning out of the trap, finally gets in the front court. Still being pressured by Mia Paldo.
And the other thing, when teams are pressuring, you have to hit somebody with the screen. To allow your guards to be up here dribbling and having pressure 94 feet and never have an open, clean look, like that's on the post players too. Like you have to find somebody and hit somebody with the screen to get them open and relieve that pressure.
6 of Middle's 8 points coming from Savannah Davis. And she picks up or draws another offensive foul. This time, Jada Sybil with the player control foul. Kim Caldwell looking for an explanation from the refereeing crew. Take another look at it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a referee. What they call is the right call.
There you go. So you've never had a disagreement with an official, right?
Never.
Especially not in the W.
Never.
The halo over your head just got a little bit brighter.
Actually, Roy is one of our W refs, so Roy and I have had many a chat.
Yeah. Not just a hey, how you doing, huh?
Yeah.
5 to shoot for Middle. Bogus driving hard, not this time. And she commits a foul underneath her own bucket. A little frustration there from the freshman.
But I like that. You know, she's getting downhill. She gets a high percentage shot. Any shot that you can get in the paint is what we call a high percentage shot. And so for her to be able to get downhill against that length and get a shot up on goal, they've been shooting jumpers outside and haven't even been getting shots on goal. So for her to be able to take that, I know it didn't go in, but that's something that with a young group like this that you can build off of.
About 5 seconds between the shot and the game clock here in the first frame. It has been all Vols all the time. 9 of 16 from the floor. Barker playing with 5 points already, trying to loft it up. 1 to shoot. Just got it off in time.
Oh.
And that will do it for the first quarter here in Murfreesboro. And the Lady Vols come out swinging. A big lead on the road, trying to make it 4 straight. And 2 in a row against Middle. They're on top as we head to the second quarter, 25-8. Rick Insell in his 21st year here in the Borough. But before that, before he was manning the sidelines here at the Glass House, he was winning 10 state titles at Shelbyville Central High School, 775 wins in 27 seasons. Got the call up to the Bigs, and he kept right on rolling. 491 wins since he arrived here in Murfreesboro. And AC, you played for Rick Insell back in the day, in the early days of the Rick Insell era, but not that long ago. Not that long ago.
Yeah, no, I've been playing against Coach Insell since I was a junior in high school, and I played for him. What he's been able to do just at, you know, in Middle Tennessee basketball history here, and just what he did at Shelbyville and here, it's amazing. And, you know, he is somebody that expects perfection and is not shy about holding his players to that same standard. But To see that he's knocking on the door of 500 is pretty awesome, and to know that I got to be a part of that is special.
Cooper dropping it off at the rim for Spearman. No, got her own board. Rolled out, but she's fouled as Verhulst picks up her first.
She didn't know she missed it. She asked her to. She said, I missed it. Yeah.
Z Spearman, senior from Decula, Georgia, transfer from Miami a couple years ago. Took a really big leap a season ago for Tennessee, career high 11.5 points. Led the team in boards with 6 per game and really improved her three-point shooting.
Her form is nice.
Yep, just like they teach it at shooting camp.
Beef. How many of you kids out there watching know what beef is?
Oh, tell me about it.
Bend, elbow, eyes, follow through.
See, we always taught the gooseneck and the hand in the cookie jar.
Hand in the cookie
That's
jar,
right.
yeah.
Draw a line from your
Get off the
fingertips to your
sideline.
elbows. As another turnover against Middle. Contreras not happy with the call. That is 10 turnovers against Middle Tennessee, and the Lady Vols cashing in on those turnovers with 15 points off those 10 turnovers.
Yeah. You don't help yourself either when you're dribbling up the sideline. That's literally the worst place on the court as a team pressures you that you can dribble the basketball, because the sideline acts as another defender. So it's just, that wasn't a good decision.
Spearman knocks it down. Mentioned her three-point shooting has improved. Last year she knocked down 24. A couple of years before that combined just 1. That one off the rim for Middle. Bogus saved it. The Verhulst gets her feet set, hoists to 3. Not this time, but Bogus another rebound. She's everywhere. And the putback.
That's why she was freshman of the week. She's doing all the little things, making plays left and right, and that's something you got to get yourself extra possessions. Usually teams that are really good offensive rebounding teams aren't the best defensive rebounding teams. So if you can find ways to create more opportunities for yourself, go for it. And that's what they did. They just got 3 offensive boards on that possession.
Second bucket tonight for Janiah Barker. Davis swing 3, not this time. Barker another rebound, that's 4. Long pass up ahead. Spearman.
I knew that was coming. She led with her shoulder.
Yep, led with that shoulder and plowed right over Kirsten Verhulst.
Maybe a delay game warning.
Kim Caldwell looking for an explanation. We're looking for an explanation. Obvious offensive foul.
I think he gave her a delay game warning.
Yeah.
Listen, one thing Roy does not play about is respect.
See, he came over here and you guys were cutting it up a little bit between the break.
Told you.
Yeah.
I always try to make it, I try to have a good rapport with the refs, just in general, because I know they're people, but I learn their names, so that way when I'm talking to them, it's more in a respectful way. And I always try to come and talk to them in like as calm of a tone as you can while you're out here competing.
It's all about relationships.
Yeah. I just hope he remembers this as the season comes.
That's right.
Yeah, Roy, remember we chopped it up?
Yeah, we chopped it up in the borough, man. Can't call that on me. I thought we were friends. Bogus, a little 1-2 step too much off the glass. And here comes Mia Paldo. Ooh. Little quick step to the rim, not going to fall. Another board for the Lady Vols. Barker left wide open. And another rebound. This time it's Civil.
How many O boards do they have? They already have 13 offensive rebounds.
13 offensive rebounds, but only 6 second chance points so far for the Lady Vols.
They're not capitalizing right now, but what that does is it forces you to have to play defense longer. So it's, another one right on cue.
Prahl got her own board and the and one.
So the longer you have to play defense, like, it's going to wear on you as the game goes. So them getting all these offensive rebounds, they're not capitalizing now, but as soon as fatigue starts to set in, they're going to start capitalizing.
Dylan, what you got?
Yes, sir, Jake. Well, the message for MTSU was pretty clear in that last time out at the end of the first quarter. Stop playing scared, be alert, and execute. Matt Insell not too pleased with the play design execution right now. That is one thing that MTSU is going to be looking to improve on throughout the second quarter. Back to you.
Thank you, Dylan. I'm sure a lot to go over, a whole checklist of things to go over for Middle Tennessee. As Prawl misses the and one. Good rebound by Emily Monson, who's checked in for just the second time this season. Middle going deep into their bench. Monson, one of the few returning players on this roster for Middle Tennessee this season.
See, that's something right there that in this offense that Middle's running, there's a screen. Like, that's a great screen. Now, make reads off of it.
Kabiernik was begging for it off the curl. 3 to shoot for Verhulst. With the heave, it's going to be short, and another nice stop from the Lady Vols.
Back to my point earlier about setting screens. This play that Middle's running, you have to set a screen for this ball handler to come off to force the defense to make a decision. Are they going to stay with the ball handler, or are they going to stay with the big that's rolling to the basket? And when you don't set a screen and this athletic defense is able to just move along with you, you're not going to get anything from it.
Cooper from the wing off the front of the rim. Verhulst tapped it to Kabiernik. Cooper, another swipe. And another assist. This time it's Prawl.
He is everywhere.
Third steal in the first half for Talasia Cooper. Another tough pass from Middle Tennessee. Cooper, drive, kick, corner 3, in and out. Another batted ball going to be corralled by the Lady Vols.
And Pearl's not going to get credit for that. She's not going to get the offensive board stat for that. But her tipping the ball out to her teammate to get that offensive board, like, those are the intangibles and the things that don't show up on a stat sheet. That will show up on the stat sheet.
Prawl, steal and a bucket right underneath on the inbounds pass. Monson driving kick. Middle 4 turnovers, last 3.5 minutes, make it 5. Cooper, another steal. Little Euro step slicing through the defense.
That was tough. That was a nice move.
That's a W move.
Yeah, that is.
Foul on the drive at midcourt. We will step aside for immediate timeout. All Lady Vols all night here in the first half. Middle Tennessee just giving the ball away, more like Talasia Cooper just ripping it away from Middle Tennessee. 42-11, Lady Vols on top, and there is the head Vol in charge, Kim Caldwell, her second season on Rocky Top. Took the Lady Vols to the Sweet 16 in her first year a season ago, but arguably not the biggest highlight for her last year. She had her first son in the middle of the season, Connor Scott, and she only missed 1 game during conference play. They played Vandy on January 19th. Connor was born on January 20th. She mixed the next game against Texas on the 23rd, was back to work on the 27th against South Carolina.
Women are amazing.
Superheroes.
Superheroes through and through. That is, I mean, impressive, but that was something that she kind of touched on, was like, she was just trying to, she was in fight or flight last year, and she didn't realize how much of a break she needed. So really happy, you know, to hear about the coaching community that just encouraged her to take that maternity leave and take time for herself. And, you know, you talked with her, and she said that was the best decision she could have made. And, yeah, it's impressive.
3 to shoot for Contreras. Tough shot. Can't get it to fall. And last touched by Blair Bogus. Yeah, Coach Caldwell was very candid in our phone conversation. She said that it was, you know, you find out you're pregnant right when you get hired, and then you go through the season, and, you know, your body obviously is making some pretty radical changes. And she's like, man, this year was such a relief getting into this year of just not having to worry about my energy levels and not feeling well, and just having to concentrate on being a coach when I'm at work and being a mom when I'm at home. she said that this second year coming into it has been a much easier transition.
Yeah, I mean, I've had teammates that have had children, and just watching them navigate the demand of not only being a professional athlete and what all our job entails, but also being an amazing mother. It's just so inspiring, and to see it from a coaching standpoint as well. I mean, you know, you have Kim Bruton on this side who's had Gabe around, and you see all the coaches' kids around, but just from that perspective, it's so inspiring and just amazing to watch them live out their dreams while also still, you know, killing motherhood. It's awesome.
That's right. And that's one of the interesting dynamics about women's college basketball is a lot of these staffs do have a lot of family on them. Obviously, Matt and Rick Insell, father-son duo. Kim, her husband, Coach Caldwell, her husband, Justin, who she met when she was at Glenville State. He was the men's coach. Now a part of the staff, player development on Rick Barnes' squad for the men's team. But yeah, a lot of father-son, father-daughter duos, husband-wife duos, and coaching staffs all across the country in women's college basketball.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, because you spend so much time here, just at the gym with your players, with other coaches, that you have to, I feel like, create that family atmosphere and have that welcoming, because if not, you're going to miss so much time with your family. So I think it's awesome when they can, when they create those kinds of environments.
Another line change for the Lady Vols as Lauren Hurst, one of the 5 freshmen on this roster for the Lady Vols, has checked in. Just her second appearance this year from Cleveland High School, an hour south of Knoxville. Contreras gets free, misses everything. And Middle just 2 points in the first 7 minutes of this second quarter.
There was a stretch right there where Middle was getting good looks. They just weren't knocking them down, and I don't know if they feel a little deflated right now and aren't looking to be as aggressive, but that's something that at halftime I would be talking to them about and showing them clips of, was like, you guys were getting good looks, they just weren't falling, and just kind of, you know, encourage them to continue those actions and what they were doing in that stretch of time to be able to get those looks again in the second half.
6th rebound for Blair Bogus. She is the leading rebounder for this Middle Tennessee team, the freshman. The reigning Conference USA Freshman of the Week. 10.5 boards for her so far this season per contest, averaging a double-double as Savannah Davis with the heave off the front of the iron and cleared by Z Spearman. Hurst, corner 3, in and out. Tennessee has actually gone cold from behind the arc here in the second quarter. Still on a 16-0 run. On top 46-11. Bogus on the block against Spearman. Got it.
Yeah. When you go a stretch and you haven't scored, you have to get the ball inside in the paint. Taking shots from outside the perimeter that haven't touched the paint the shot is so much harder. That's something that we always emphasize, is when there's a paint touch, the shooting percentage goes from like 30% when it's not to like 60%, and that's a huge jump.
Another mass substitution for the Lady Vols. So the 5 on the floor for Middle Tennessee: Contreras, Swaney, Bogus, Davis, and Pfeiffer. 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and a senior.
There you go.
Contreras pull up mid-range, in and out.
Best look they gotten all night, and that was easy. They broke it with the pass.
Less than a minute to go here before the half. Middle with 10 to shoot on the shot clock. Double against Bogus. Contreras, feet set, rips a 3. Paint touch.
High percentage shot.
4th three-pointer this season for Contreras. And stepping out of bounds was Janiyah Barker.
And that's something when you have a young team like Middle has, building on good habits, right? And so having like this play right here, I would clip that and I would show my players like, hey, look at this. Look how easy you can make the game when you do these, when you make these kinds of plays.
Civil with an easy bucket off another turnover. Bogus. 8 to shoot. Kanaya Boyd, too many steps, and Middle will have 5 seconds to get a shot off. And we actually have a flop warning.
Oh, on who? Oh, on Barker.
Yeah, against Janiah Barker. I think that might be the first time I've seen that called in a college game.
Oh, really?
At the women's level, yeah, for sure. The men's game, those guys are flopping left and right.
Yeah, don't get me started. Again, dribbling up the sideline against pressure. Like, get off the sideline.
2.5 to go. Swaney to inbound. Long pass, Bogus at half court. Got it off in time. And a little too much juice. And that'll do it for the first half. And it was all Vols from the tip. They lead 48-16, shooting 51% from the floor, 19 of 37 from the floor. Middle Tennessee just 16 points, 25% from the floor. As Dylan Simmons is waiting to catch up with head coach Kim Caldwell. Dylan.